express solidarity. I have the emphasis and clarity. I'm an innovator, I'm an instigator. I'm a nature liberator against any discriminator. And I've been more than just a demonstrator. I pioneered being medicinal and high for years. So polarizing and divine and revered. I'll also despise and fear for being a broke rock star, just wise and weird. Not to digress from the point. I spoke up pregnant, second generation joy. I believe in anarcho-primitivism. I support brave cave women. Or dispelling the doubt left that property is theft. I'm about to get improper and incorrect. I recollect an era when I had already rejected propaganda. I'm ahead of my time, I'm too eccentric to defy. I'm well read like many greats. I initiate resistance to state. Traditional obliterate goes to pillage and hate. I'll be correct like Edgar Casey. I'm the best, just wait. I'm condemning Bill Gates. I'm rebelling against states. I've been testing many presidents and presidential candidates. The heads of states segregate, and they spread pestilence and hate. They fester and decay. I dig the Grateful Dead every day for it is extra heady this way. Even a decrepit, irreverent, desecrated state of dismay in an irrelevant haze.
Ingenuity, continuity, congruity, acuity, facing scrutiny, raising mutiny, lucidly like a true gypsy. Kendrick the head trip, psychedelic epic, runic divination, therapeutic herb, mushrooms and roots. Induce this, intuitively influenced. Aesthetics of music, elusive, conducive to commemorative penmanship that's consecutive. Immaculate Om chant, astrological, philosophical like Immanuel Kant. Primordial, clairvoyant, I'm cognizant and benevolent. Embrace this, go scavenging with javelins. Shape shift into a makeshift spaceship. Traveling, rambling on to the Amazon's pantheon with the feral, amiable animals and egalitarian heroines are jamming on Grateful Dead songs and recording electronic voice phenomenon. Classic, empathic, ecstatic, eclectic, eccentric, syncretic, authentic, poetic, aesthetic, telekinetic, telepathic. Sympathetic magic has conjured some pure ectoplasmic entity in this dead, heady tent city with its psychedelic hippies. Speak of equality and equity. We don't pray, we merely say blessed be, especially at the medicinal weed dispensary. We are defending peace with empathy. This be spiritual ecstasy. Everyone oppressed, every refugee gets our sympathy. Wizardry is giving me an epiphany apolitically. I exist to be instantly primitive and at peace. There has to be resistance to be free. Ingenuity, continuity, congruity, acuity, facing scrutiny, raising mutiny, lucidly like a true gypsy. You had bragged loudly to tell how you slandered the brave Parnell. You thought you had him well and truly persecuted. Where are the sneers and the jeers that you so proudly let us hear when our heroes of 1916 were executed? Let's hear about how you slew those Arabs 2 by 2. Like the Zulus, they had spears and bow and arrows. How you bravely faced each one with your 16-pounder gun. You frightened all the natives to the marrow. How about Ellen Larkin and O'Brien? How wrong you were to call them swine. Like Robert Emmett, who you had hanged and drawn and quartered. Way up on the gallows high, you butchered Henry Joy. And our crappy boys from Wexford, you bastards slaughtered. In the summer of 1969, with your smiling face you came to show us all your pacifying tactics. But your true face too came through, and your flag red, white, and blue. Now it seems you're wearing black and tan again in Ireland. Of your fists we've had our fill, and we know you always will find excuses for the murdering of Irishmen. But we fight for our proud land, telling you just where we stand. From England we will shift our lovely island. At your trial at Coleraine, sure we knew you weren't to blame, and likewise neither were the Huns of Hitler. But don't you fret for those you slew, for your judge was British too, and we all know the English are impartial. There ought to be more resistance to psychiatry because of what's so violently endorsed within society. Abusers at hospitals who violate patients get away with it by portraying the abused individuals as monsters. Rebels left the hateful faculty members dismembered, with their own scalps protruding from their own nostrils. Brutality was inflicted upon me by those who tried to moralize with me while they tortured me. I was experimented on and wouldn't willingly be a pawn. The allegedly independent fact checkers were nowhere to be found when liars said there weren't any mental hospitals anymore. The atrocities are even worse than before. Torture is rampant in the name of psychiatry, an apparently hateful, sanest, and insanest society. 'Twas conundrums to suffering slums, where there isn't any independence. When the predatory staff members vowed revenge, they meant it. They boast that they're above the law. They'll regret it when supposed to corn husk feel like they caught some boar tusk to the jaw. Too many prescribers are liars and so scarecrow-esque. Hence, rebels spinning them into oblivion while decorating in a manner so grotesque to not denigrate the dead, who were prescribed falsely advertised drugs to get depressed. The predators prescribe drugs to cause symptoms, either while taking them or withdrawing from them. Blank checks are given to the most inhumane and sadistic, the whole lot of them. A victim fled the group home racket, so the abuser sent the cops to where I reside. I intervened to protect her, and I could have died. Abusers at Gilead Community Services are preventing her from escaping a predator. A crooked cop couldn't possibly be given any consent from her. Women flee from group homes rather than to them. They flee from the predators who make a killing by abusing them. Victims aren't allowed to transition out of group homes. The abusers are tracking their phones. The CEO knows about the domestic violence inflicted upon a so-called client. I tried to rescue her from the group home racket. He's a predator who forced her back in it.